हरे कृष्णा गुरु महाराज, प्लीज एक्सेप्ट माय हम्बल ओबेइसेंसेस और ग्लोरी श्री प्रभुपाद। सभी भक्तों को मेरा सादर प्रणाम है। तो आज हमारे बीच पुनः हमारे इस्कॉन गोवर्धन इको विलेज इस्कॉन जीवी के भक्तों में से एक श्रीमान हरि गोपाल प्रभु आज का टॉक डिलीवर करने उपस्थित है। तो सभी भक्तों से अनुरोध है कि नाम जप को विराम देकर पिछले हम कई दिनों से गोवर्धन इको विलेज के
हरे कृष्ण हरे।
भक्तों से श्रवण कर रहे हैं और उनका संग भी मिल रहा है, हमें उनका मार्गदर्शन भी मिल रहा है। तो उसी श्रृंखला में आज हरि गोपाल प्रभु हम सभी का मार्गदर्शन करेंगे, हम सभी से कुछ भगवत चर्चा करेंगे, हरि कथा करेंगे। तो वो प्रारंभ करे उससे पहले एक छोटा सा अनाउंसमेंट है। आज सुबह 8 बजे गुरु माँ जी के द्वारा इस्कॉन खारगर श्रीमद् भागवतम क्लास दिया जाएगा। तो जो भक्तों के लिए संभव है वहां पहुंचना वे पहुंच सकते हैं। और बाकी हम सभी के लिए गुरु माँ जी का ये क्लास लोकनाथ स्वामी ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल पे लाइव होगा, तो आप इसे जरूर अटेंड करिए। ज्यादा समय न लेते हम हरि गोपाल प्रभु से अनुरोध करते हैं आज का टॉक प्रारंभ करें। प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा। ओवर टू यू हरि गोपाल प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण। We have time till 7:20, Prabhuji.
Ideally 7:30 प्रभु,
Okay.
so you can manage
Hindi.
till 7:30. Hindi, English, whatever you wish. Usually on Sundays we have English talks, but then whatever is your convenience, Prabhu.
I'm okay in both languages, Prabhuji. Whatever.
So
You...
maybe English, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So it's my great good fortune to get the opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, and I would like to express my gratitude to Padmamali Prabhu and the entire devotee community. We had the great good fortune of having His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj for around 1 week at Govardhan Eco Village, and we got to hear so many wonderful Hari Katha and Hari Kirtan from him. So indeed, we are very much blessed to have this wonderful association of all the Vaishnavas. So today, I was planning to discuss on the second canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th chapter, text number 1. Uh, so generally, Prabhuji, we read the verse and translation, or how it is?
Not really, bro. Not like Temple Bhagavatam. You can just comment, like you can just carry on your
Mhm.
talk.
So, second canto, chapter number 10, text number 1. Shri Shukha Uvacha अत्र सर्गो विसर्गश्च स्थानं पोषणमूतया मन्वन्तरो ईशानुकथा निरोधमुक्तिराश्रय. And the second verse goes, Dashamasya vishuddhartam navanamiha lakshanam varnayati mahatmana shrutena charthena chanjasa. So, in these two verses, Shukdev Goswami is telling us about the 10 topics of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, the first topic that is addressed in Srimad Bhagavatam is Atra Sarga. Sarga refers to the primary creation. Second topic of Srimad Bhagavatam is Visargascha. Visarga is the secondary creation which Lord Brahma and all the others they do. The third topic is Sthanam. Sthanam is where all the different kinds of living entities will be placed in the entire universe. That is Sthanam. Fourth is Poshanam. Poshan, like nourishment. Fifth is Utaya. Utaya is the inclinations, the different kind of Utaya, Karma, Vasana, the different kinds of inclinations, the creative impetus, that is Utaya. Then the next topic is Utaya Manvantara, that speaks about the different kinds of Manus. Manus are the universal administrators of this universe. Manvantaro Ishanu Katha. Isha is the supreme lord. Anu are the followers. Katha. So the pastimes of the different devotees of the Lord. Manvantara Ishanu Katha. Then Nirodha. Nirodha is the annihilation, the different kinds of annihilations, pralaya, that is described in the 12th canto. Then the ninth topic is Mukti, the liberation of the soul from this material engagement, that is Mukti. And the ultimate, the 10th topic of the Srimad Bhagavatam is Ashraya. Ashraya means which is the shelter. So this is the 10 topics of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which Shukdev Goswami is describing in the second canto, 10th chapter, the first verse. And in the second verse, he tells dashamasya vishuddhartam navanam iha lakshanam. So the purpose of all these 9 topics of the Srimad Bhagavatam is ultimately meant to focus on the 10th topic, Dasamasya Vishuddhartam. That is the Ashraya Tattva, that is to bring us to the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which speaks about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dashamasya Vishuddhartam Navanam Iha Lakshanam. So ultimately, the purpose of all the 9 topics is to bring the focus on the 10th topic. Varnayati Mahatmana Shrutena Chartena Chanjasa. So all the Mahatmas, all the great souls, they have described Varnayati Shrutena Chartena Anjasa. Through different ways, they have described all these different topics, eventually to bring out the glory of this 10th topic. So these are the 2 verses. So I thought of describing briefly about these 10 topics of the Srimad Bhagavatam. That will be the main subject of today's discussion. So Atraha Sargaha. So about the creation. So before that, we will try to speak about some few verses which speak about the glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam as spoken by both the hearer and the speaker of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So in the second canto of the eighth chapter, Parikshit Maharaj speaks about this verse. Shrunvata Shraddhaya Nityam Granantascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishateriti. So this verse says that Shrunvata Shraddhaya Nityam. One should hear Srimad Bhagavatam. How? Shraddhaya. With faith. Nityam. Regularly. And Granantascha Swacheshtitam. We should try to Swacheshta. Cheshta means trying to put an endeavor. So hearing should not be done passively. When we hear or when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we should try to contemplate what I can apply. We may not be able to apply 100% of what we are hearing, but at least swacheshtitam, a little bit of endeavor we should try to do. Maybe I can apply 0.01% at least what I hear in my life. So that's how Parikshit Maharaj is telling Shrunvata Shraddhaya Nityam Granantascha Swacheshtitam. So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam with faith, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, Shraddhaya Nityam, and Granantascha Swacheshtitam. Trying to put an endeavor to not just try to hear Srimad Bhagavatam passively, but try to hear it actively, which means we try to put an endeavor to apply little bit, 0.1% of what we are trying to hear. Then what will happen? Kalena na ati dirghena. Then within a very short time, Bhagavan Vishate Riddhi, the Supreme Lord, enters into our heart. So then Parikshit Maharaj tells in the next verse, 2.8.5 or like that, it comes. Pravishta karnarandrena swanam bhavasaroruham dhunoti shamala krishna shalilasya yathasharat. Pravishta karnarandrena. So when we hear any topic of Srimad Bhagavatam with these 3 points that we discussed before, Shraddhaya, Nityam, and Granantascha Swachishtitam. Then Pravishta Karna Randrena Swanam Bhava Sarur. The Supreme Lord enters through the ear holes and he enters into the heart. Dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yatha sharad. The example of how the autumnal rains, Sharad season, that cleans all the muddy water. The water becomes very much clean. So that's how it is explained that when we regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, like Prabhupada explains that every day we should have our regular studying or hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Pravishta Karna Randrena Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dhunoti Shamalam Krishna Salilasya Yatha Sharad. So all the dirt in the heart becomes cleansed. And the next verse in that he tells Dhautatma Purusha Krishna Pada Moolam na Munchati Mukta Sarva Pariklesha Pantha Swasharanam Yatha. Dhautatma Purusha Krishna Pada Moolam na Munchati. What is the sign of a person whose heart has been cleansed by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? Krishna Pada Moolam na Munchati. He does not want to leave the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Mukta Sarva Pariklesha. He becomes free from all kinds of misery. Pantha Swa Sharanam Yatha. The example of a traveler is being given here. Just like a traveler who has been traveling in the hot sun, he has been sweating, struggling away from the home. But as soon as he comes back home, he feels very much sheltered. So the same analogy is being given. Pantha Swa Sharanam Yatha. So the living entity has been wandering in this material existence lifetime after lifetime. But when he comes in contact with Srimad Bhagavatam, with the association of the pure devotees, with the process of devotional service, then his feeling is Pantha Swa Sharanam Yatha. Oh, it's like coming back home after being burned in the Trividha Tapa, Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Devik relation. So that's how we hear through the Srimad Bhagavatam about regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and regularly contemplating on the subject of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So many verses repeatedly we hear, which again and again remind us about our need of taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam regularly. In order to take care of the health, to maintain the physical body, we need grains. So this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami speaks. If we don't eat grains, physically we will feel very much weak. Similarly, if we don't take shelter of Krishna Katha on a daily basis, spiritually we will become very much weak. So therefore, it is very important for all of us on a regular basis, on a daily basis, we nourish ourselves by taking shelter of Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan. So with this introduction, we'll try to discuss in brief about this 10 topics of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the verse we began reciting today. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanamutaya manvantaro ishanu katha nirodha muktirashraya. So the first topic that is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam is Atra Sargaha. So the primary creation, Sarga. So we see in the first and second canto, so many times the first and second canto is explained like as an introduction, and Sarga is primarily explained in the third canto. That is how it is explained. So the third canto speaks about the primary creation. So the Sarga mainly is about the different kinds of elements that are created, which personally, if we study the second canto and the third canto, we speaks about the ingredients which are created, which are needed for the building of this universe. So there are these 24 elements which is spoken of from Pradhan, then Mahat Tattva, then from Mahat Tattva, then there are three kinds of false ego: Satviki Ahankar, Rajasika Ahankar, Tamasika Ahankar. And from all these three, then we have all the different kinds of elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So, like that, the entire 24 elements by which this material universe is created. So, all these raw elements, all these raw ingredients, they form the Sarga, which is given by the Supreme Lord. So, Lord expands as Karno Dakshai Vishnu, and from Karno Dakshai Vishnu, then we have Garbho Dakshai Vishnu, then we have Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. So, we have these 24 elements through which this material universe is created. So, that is the Sarga, which is explained about the creation of these 24 elements. Then the second topic is the Visarga. So Visarga is now all the elements have been created. Now the role of Brahmaji. So in the fourth canto, about the Visarga section, about how once, like the example is given, if we have to make some ingredients, for example, say if we have to make upma, then first all the ingredients are needed: suji, then all the vegetables, then there is salt. That is all the main ingredients. But then someone is needed to bring all these ingredients together. So that is the role of Brahma. So Lord Vishnu has, during the process of Sarga, he has created all the ingredients now. Now how to mix them to create all the different kinds of bodies, the 84 lakh species that we have, how to mix them in all the different proportions. That is the role of Brahmaji. So that is the Visarga. Brahmaji brings up everything together. And before doing that, we see Brahmaji undergoes tapasya. Why? Because when he was created and he did not know why I was created, from where did I come from, what is the purpose of my creation, and Brahmaji was contemplating. That time he heard these two words, tapa, tapa. So I understood that unless and until I perform austerity, nothing more is going to be revealed to me. Only by performing tapasya, then I will get to know who am I, where did I come from, and what is the purpose of my existence, what am I supposed to do. Then Brahmaji underwent long time of tapasya, and at that time everything was revealed to him. So before Brahmaji began the process of secondary creation, which is the second topic, Visarga, because creation involves coming in contact with Rajogun, mode of passion. So the leader of our Sampradaya, Brahmaji personally, himself we see when he is doing the process of creation. All of us, we may be into in creating some projects or dealing with some kind of managerial role, but any kind of creation involves coming in contact with the mode of passion. But if the prior purification is not proper, which means that if the sadhana is not done properly, before any kind of service, then one will not be able to do that service in the proper consciousness. Therefore, Brahmaji is very much in a prayerful mood before he is going to render this service of Visarga. So, therefore, if we see in the third canto, 9th chapter, Brahmaji is praying from the core of his heart, my dear Lord, please protect me. I should not be affected by false ego. I should not think that I am the creator. Please protect me. And the Supreme Lord blesses Lord Brahma. So that's how we see that Brahmaji, after the Supreme Lord has created all the different ingredients for making the universe, Brahmaji does the role of Visarga and he brings all of these different elements together and he forms the 84 lakh species in all the different kinds of universes. So that is the second topic, Visarga, which is done by Brahmaji. So Atra Sargo Visargasya. Then third is Sthanam. Sthanam is in the fifth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. We hear about the Vedic cosmology, about this entire universe with the 14 planetary systems. And when we study, it is really very difficult for us to even comprehend that this one universe, which is the smallest of all the universes, but how big it is, the description which Shukdev Goswami is giving, it is beyond our logic. We can't even understand. So we become very much humbled because in this one universe, there are 14 planetary systems. And in this 14 planetary systems, we are residing in this Bhumandal, in the middle planetary system. And even in this middle planetary system, there are so many different divisions. And in that, in one place, India, and in that one place, India, there are so many states. In that, in one Maharashtra, in that one Maharashtra, in one Mumbai. So, if we can understand how insignificant we are as compared to this big cosmos that has been created. So, sthanam means according to the karma of the living entity, who is going to be placed where, in which part of the 14 planetary systems that has been decided. So, someone will be placed in higher planetary systems depending upon his karma. Someone will be placed in a lower planetary system depending upon his karma. And someone will be placed in the middle planetary system depending upon his karma. So sthanam indicates which place who will be placed in the entire 14 planetary systems. Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha. Eventually, that is divided into further 14 planetary systems. So that is the third topic which is explained in the fifth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Sthanam. Then the fourth is Poshanam. Poshanam means nourishment. So that is the sixth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, how the Supreme Lord, he is on a physical level arranging nourishment, Poshanam, for all kinds of living entities. Whether people accept the supremacy of the Lord, whether people don't accept the supremacy of the Lord, still the Lord is compassionate to, on a physical level, to give us nourishment by giving us sunlight to see, by giving us water to drink, by giving us food to eat. So many things the Supreme Lord is giving us, caring for us. That is on one level, Poshanam. on the physical level. But more importantly, Poshanam, in the 6th canto, we hear about the episode of Ajamil. Through Ajamil, the beautiful Lord giving us the importance of the holy name. So that is the Poshanam, the nourishment for the soul, that is about the holy names of the Lord. How Ajamil, after committing so many mistakes, still through the mercy of the great sages, he got the holy name of the Lord. So that is about the Poshanam, that the real Poshanam, the real nourishment for the soul is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam, Kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatir anyata. In this Kali Yuga, there is nothing more greater than the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So again and again, it is repeated that whatever we may try, the different kinds of things, but nothing is more effective in this age than the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Therefore, in the Ajamil section, this verse comes, Mriyamano Harer Namah Grinan Putropacharitam Ajamilopi Agadhama Kim Uta Shraddhaya Grinan. So he explained that Mriyamano Harer Nama. Ajamil, at the time of death, he chanted the holy names of the Lord. What we will get if we throughout our life we chant the holy names of the Lord. Ajamil chanted the holy name of the Lord without faith. What if we chant the holy names of the Lord with faith? Ajamil chanted holy name of the Lord calling out for the sun. What we will get benefit if we call out directly to the Lord. So therefore the nourishment which is explained as Poshanam in the 6th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is mainly through the episodes of Ajamil, how the Supreme Lord is arranging this nourishment through the holy names for all of us in this entire universe. So that is how this 4th topic of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Atra Sargo Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam. Then we go on to the 5th topic of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Utaya. So that is the 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Uti. Uti means inclinations. So in the 7th canto, we see there is on one extreme end the demoniac nature of Hiranyakashipu, and on one side we see the divine quality of Prahlad Maharaj. So both these extreme examples are there. But someone may say that I am neither as demoniac as Hiranyakashipu, I am neither as divine as Prahlad Maharaj. I fall somewhere in between. Like we always hear this. There is both this good dog and the bad dog residing within our hearts. Sometimes the good dog becomes strong, and sometimes the bad dog also becomes strong. So, therefore, in the 7th canto, then the last 4 or 5 chapters, we hear about this Varnashram section, wherein someone who has this both mixed tendencies, how they gradually they try to come up slowly. So that's how this Utaya, the 5th topic of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is explained in the 7th canto, about this Utaya, about having this both good inclinations and having bad inclinations. Then Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam utaya. Then there is manvantaro. The sixth topic of the Srimad Bhagavatam is manvantara. So that comes in the eighth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. We hear about the manvantara, about the manus. So in one day of Brahma, there are these 14 manus who are there in one day of Brahma. So every manu rules for a period of 71 Chatur Yugas. So what is one Chatur Yuga? One Chatur Yuga is one Yuga cycle. So this Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Then Dwapar Yuga is double of Kali Yuga, 8,64,000 years. Then Treta Yuga, 3 times Kali Yuga, that is around 12,72,000 years. Then there is Sati Yuga, which is 4 times Kali Yuga, that is 17,28,000 years. So we add all these 4 yugas, so that is a total of 43,20,000 years. That is known as one Chatur Yuga, a combination of Sata, Treta, Dwapar and Kali Yuga. So one Manu rules for 71 Chatur Yugas. So 43,20,000 years into 71. That is the role of one Manvantara. So in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus who they are the universal administrators. So when one Manu changes, then all the different portfolios, all the different positions in this universe, like in our country, India, we have election every 5 years. So the government changes every 5 years. So in a similar fashion, to run this universal administration, Lord has created this system wherein after one Manu changes, at that time, the entire universal administration changes. So that is explained in the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam about the role of Manu, who are the Manus, what is their role, and when the Manus change, what all things change in these universes. So about this entire universal administration, that is explained in the 8th canto. So that is the Atra Sargo Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Utaya Manvantara. So that is about the 6th topic we discussed about Manvantara. And about after Manvantara, Ishanu Katha. The 7th topic that is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam is